Aaron Rodgers limped into the locker room at halftime, and the Pittsburgh Steelers carried a 10-6 lead. And suddenly, this game isn't just about field position and missed chances anymore. It's about the health of a 41-year-old quarterback Pittsburgh leaned on heavily this offseason, and the ripple effects that injury could have on the rest of the game and the team's month ahead. Pittsburgh struck first. Aaron Rodgers worked a pretty efficient opening drive, capped by an 11-yard touchdown toss to Kenneth Gainwell that put the Steelers up 7-0. That drive looked like the template they want: short, methodical, establish a run threat, and find the tight ends and backs in space. But after that, both offenses stalled. The middle of the half was a punting duel. Defenses were generating pressure, and the offenses were either misfiring or playing too cautious to break it open. Cincinnati answered when Joe Flacco engineered a 71-yard drive and found T. Higgins on a 28-yard score. The Bengals made a curious decision on the try. They went for two after a penalty on the kickoff attempt, and the two-point conversion was stuffed. That left it 7-6 and suddenly magnified every single possession. When extra points become strategic gambles, margin for error evaporates. Later, a timely drive featuring a physical 31-yard catch and run from Darnell Washington helped set up Chris Boswell's 25-yard field goal. Boswell's kick gave Pittsburgh a 4-point edge at halftime, but the bigger headline was Rodgers favoring his left wrist after taking a few hits. Watching your veteran QB head to the locker room early, clearly protecting his non-throwing hand, is unsettling. It changes everything about play calling, tempo, and risk management for an offense that just doesn't churn out explosive plays consistently. From a schematic standpoint, the Steelers can survive short hedges against time of possession problems by leaning into their turnovers and field position formula. They have been winning games with complementary football. Defense creates opportunities, special teams tilt field position, and the offense grinds out manageable drives. But that model collapses if the quarterback is limited or unavailable. If Rodgers can't go, Mason Rudolph or another backup will need to manage the game, protect the football, and crank out third down conversions, something Pittsburgh has been inconsistent at all season. On the Bengals side, Joe Flacco looked poised enough to move the chains when called upon, but they also suffered injury scares late in the second quarter. Cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt and safety Cam Sample both headed to the tunnel, which could hamper Cincinnati's secondary rotation and open up matchup problems versus a Steelers receiving group that's capable of creating separation underneath. The Bengals, though, still need to find more rhythm in their passing game. 3 straight punts earlier in the half showed their inability to sustain drives outside of that one successful touchdown drive. Special teams and penalties have weighed on the tone of this half. The failed 2-point try altered the scoreboard calculus. Little decisions like that matter even more against opponents that win with defense and ball control. And Pittsburgh's reported concussion to receiver returner Keyshawn Williams is another blow to their depth and kick return upside. Every short-term roster hit matters in close games. What should viewers watch for in the second half? First, the status of Aaron Rodgers. If he's limited, expect the Steelers to clamp down on risk. Fewer deep attempts, more quick game management throws, and a higher reliance on Kenneth Gainwell and Kenneth Gainwell-style screens and checkdowns to move the chains. Second, third down efficiency will decide this game. Whoever can flip the conversion percentage will control the clock and limit the other team's scoring chances. Third, turnovers. This game already has a defensive vibe. A strip sack or a short field could swing it. Lastly, longer-term implications. If Rodgers misses time, Pittsburgh's margin for error in the AFC North tightens. The team's identity has been built around veteran steadiness and opportunistic defense, but the NFL season is a grind. Short stretches of backup quarterback play can expose roster construction gaps on offense and force the front office to make decisions about reinforcements. This is a one-possession game at the half with a lot of drama packed in: veteran quarterback health, defensive momentum, and a few key injuries. Expect the second half to be chess more than fireworks, and if Aaron Rodgers can't return, the Steelers will rely on discipline, ball security, and a defense that still has a chance to win a game by bending, not breaking.